This video is sponsored by Sony Handycam. Announced with the world's thinnest smartphone, the world's first smartphone with an electric swivel camera is now in our laps. This is the Oppo N3. I'm Warren with KLGadgetGuy. Let's unbox and take a first look. So the N3's box is the same as the R5's, which is made of hard plastic and it feels premium and heavy. So let's turn over to the back and check out on the specs. So the model number is Oppo N5206 and it comes with Oppo's very own pure image software. It has a Schneider camera lens. Wow, amazing. So the screen is a 5.5-inch Full HD LCD display and the camera is a 60-megapixel autofocus camera with dual LED flash. Its thickness is at 8.7mm and it weighs about 192 grams, which is pretty heavy for a smartphone thanks to its camera. Alright, so let's unbox the device right now. There we go. And this is the Oppo N3 in its premium build quality. And notice that the cover here is actually made of leather. It's actually very nice, fox leather I would call that. Right, let's put it at the side and check out the contents of the N3. It should be pretty standard and similar to the Oppo R5. So this is the VOOC mini rapid charger that outputs 5 amps as its amperage. It is a crazy charger, I can tell you. Alright, so here we have headphones. Thankfully, we don't need a USB converter this time like the R5 because obviously the N3 is thick enough to have a 3.5mm headphone jack. So this is pretty much the same earbuds that you're getting on the R5. Alright, however, here we have a very special accessory included in the box, which is called the O-Click. This is a remote shutter, as well as you can control the swivel camera with this cute little thing. And Oppo has been really nice enough to include a battery for the O-Click to work. So let's put that aside and take a look at other contents. We have the SIM ejector right here, which looks like the Oppo or Oakley sign. And there's some manuals, quick start guides, warranty statement. And finally, this is the VOOC approved, the VOOC charger approved micro USB cable. So make sure you use this to charge the N3. And let's take a look at the phone. Before we talk about the hardware of the N3, let's do some size comparisons. So on the left, I have the iPhone 6, which has a 4.7-inch display, and the N3 has a 5.5-inch display, so it definitely looks humongous when it compares next to the iPhone. So we're going to compare the thickness of two devices. Obviously, the iPhone is extremely thin, as you can see right here, at 6.7mm. And on the back here, you can actually find that the Oppo N3 feels more premium than the iPhone 6. That's my personal opinion, of course, because white is actually a very elegant color. So let's put the iPhone aside and I'm going to compare with a year-old Galaxy Note 3. So the Galaxy Note 3 has a 5.7-inch display, slightly larger than the Oppo N3's display. However, the N3's bezels are a little bit thick, and that's why you can actually find that the Galaxy Note 3 is actually slightly smaller than the Oppo N3. Not to forget that there's actually a swivel camera on the top. So if we compare on thickness, so I have a casing right here, which I'm going to take it out for you to just compare on how thin it really is. So let's take a look at the thickness of two devices. So again, the Galaxy Note 3 still wins a little in terms of thickness, and in terms of weight, both are also heavy smartphones. So in terms of the back, the Galaxy Note 3 of course comes with a fox leather casing, original fox leather casing, and this is the S-View cover that I've bought it for my Galaxy Note 3. So you can actually find that the design of the Oppo N3 kinds of win a lot of smartphones. It actually feels premium. It doesn't feel like a cheap Chinese smartphone right here. Okay, next let's talk about the specs right now. So the N3 is powered by a Snapdragon 801 MSM 8974, a 2.3 GHz processor. It has 2 GB of RAM and 32 GB of built-in memory with no storage expansion, which is actually a shame. So as I've talked about the display, it's a 5.5-inch IPS display, and here we have the swivel camera, the 60-megapixel camera with dual LED flash made by Schneider, and we have 3 capacitive buttons right here for navigation purposes. And notice that under this arc here, we actually have a little gap to insert your own lanyard. So this is really like a perfect selfie camera, such as the Casio Excellent. I forgot what model is it, but it has a really similar design to that. Alright, so for girls, you could actually insert your own lanyard and hang it over to your neck if you like it. Alright, so on the right here, we have a 3.5mm headphone jack, the volume rocker, and on the left, we have the power button, which is suitable for left-handed users, which is pretty cool. So bottom, there's nothing, but there's the speaker grill right here, hidden beneath this thing. Alright, so we have a micro USB port on the left bottom, and this is where you insert your SIM card into the N3. So notice one thing on the camera here, it is actually made with a little bit of fox leather, but I would actually prefer Oppo to have the entire back cover to be designed with fox leather, which will look extremely premium. So this is a fingerprint sensor that will unlock your phone, as well as controlling the swivel of the camera that I've demonstrated back in the Oppo N3's launch. So that's pretty much on the hardware of the phone. It actually feels premium, it feels heavy, and it doesn't feel like a cheap Chinese-made smartphone. Let me mention that again. So I'm going to turn on the device right now, and we will be right back. Alright, and we are now back with the Oppo N3. So the software experience is very much the same like the Oppo R5. It runs on ColorOS and with Android 4.4 KitKat. Except for this time, you will realize that the phone is much more snappier in every way than the Oppo R5, thanks to the Snapdragon 801 processor on board, despite not being 64-bit, but it definitely works faster than the mid-range 64-bit Snapdragon 615 processor. And yet, when it is running on Android 4.4 KitKat, it is still optimized for 32-bit processors. So what I want to mention about the phone is that its audio quality, right? So one thing when I turn on the phone, I realized that the phone's audio is actually powered by Max Audio, which is featured in a lot of laptops today, but rarely on smartphones, which is kind of cool. You can actually listen to the audio quality, and I'm going to play a song right now. See, the speakerphone is actually very, very loud, and it actually plays some you know. Alright, let's pause the music. Alright, that's the very nice fade out sound. And next we are going to take a look at the swivel camera itself. Of course, that's the main focus of the phone. So let's launch the camera app right now. Okay, and I'm going to turn it to the selfie mode. Let's flip on the screen just like this. There you go, it works. The swivel camera works, and of course you can twist it manually if you want. Right, but it's actually more fun if you can really make it swivel on its own. See, as I slide on the screen, it actually swivels the camera. Alright, I twist it too fast and it turns to the selfie mode. Alright, so this has been the first look on the Oppo N3, the world's first smartphone with an electric swivel camera. So stay tuned to our full review on the Oppo N3, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Facebook, Google+, and Twitter at KLGadgetGuy. Visit our site for more tech reviews, news, and much more. Once again, my name is Warren, and I've been unboxing and taking a first look on the Oppo N3.